that microphone kind of irritated me during my reading. That's why I'll try to do without. If I'm, it's the mic, I think it's the closeness and stuff. And I tried like this, and if you do not understand me, tell me, and I'll go back to the microphone, okay?
I'll go naked too.
Yeah.
All you have to do if you have trouble hearing us in the back is just wave your hands.
Yeah, and
We will be louder.
Yeah. Well, I'm not, this is my loudest voice. I can't do it louder as that, but I hope that'll be enough. So, first, you heard the first chapter of The Navigator's Children, and me as some of the few who had the honor to read it already, although it's unpublished. I can promise you, you'll get a great, grandiose end of The Last King of Osten. That last book solves all the problems, all the stories and mysteries. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. That get solved, and it really has an awesome showdown. So look forward to the English edition in November, and probably the German one, I don't know, in sometime next year. It took you 30 years to go back to Osten art after the first one, and now we know there'll be more stories in Osten art. I wonder why, if you refuse to go back for 30 years, why do you stay now?
Well, part of it, without going into too much detail, I was very reluctant to go back to some place I had already done a lot of work, mostly because, first of all, stories have to come to me and want to be written. I cannot write a story simply to fill, a market or something. But also, I also was worried that, will I be able to do something new with this older story and this older world? And discovered while I was working on the books that, yes, I could find many new things to do. Not only in terms of making the old characters from the first book, Der Drachen mein Thron, and all the rest of those, to make them older and see how they had changed and how life had changed, but to bring up new characters as well, and to explore them. So I realize now that my unwillingness to ever go back to anything of mine was kind of a sort of snobbery, in a sense of like, and because I do have lots of stories I'd like to write of all kinds. So the long books especially take a long time. They are big books, they are millions of words, and they take a long time. So because of that, I try my best to, do other things when I can. So what I am going to do next is write at least one, maybe several shorter books about some characters from about a couple of hundred years before Simon and Miriamel's time, and explore some other parts of Osten art and perhaps even some other styles of writing. Maybe a little. I have in mind for these next books something a bit more swashbuckling, a bit more like a classic Errol Flynn movie, but also obviously with a different sensibility that I will try to bring, because we never want to just do something someone else has done already. So that's basically it.